Let's take a moment to look back on our educational experience throughout our lives. Some of us may be remembering our favorite lesson or hardest class, but let's face it, many of us aren't thinking about the educational experience at all, but in fact remembering the teachers who we have all had the funnest time with. Whether it was having musical jam-out sessions during Mr. Yost's famous turning-in ceremony, or messing around pulling pranks on the most gullible teachers, we have all had awesome times learning throughout our education. Over the last 13 years of our lives, we have devoted 16,380 hours to education. That's about 70%. It's been invested in expanding our knowledge and our horizons. And now, as we come to an end of our high school career, many of us are excited to be done with high school. Many of you graduates out there are thinking, yay, no more learning, but in fact, this is just the beginning. The teachers of Belgrade High have been extremely helpful in starting us along the right track. It is now time to take our rudimentary knowledge and expand upon it in the next chapter of our lives. Without education, man is as though in a closed room, and with education, he finds himself in a room with all its windows open towards the outside world. The knowledge we gain over the next 4 years will ultimately shape who we all become in life. Education provides opportunity to pursue our interests. Whatever you become, whether it's a nuclear engineer, entrepreneur, hairdresser, remember one thing: be passionate whatever you pursue. Passion is what will create a better world full of fulfilling knowledge and education throughout. Without passion, truth cannot drive, love cannot give, joy cannot thrive, and honor can certainly not live.
Maybe everyone can live beyond what they're capable of. I read this quote in a book once and spent probably the rest of the day trying to figure out what the author was trying to say. Maybe everyone can live beyond what they're capable of. Isn't that a paradox? It finally became a little clearer to me. What we are capable of is often an opinion of our own. We often underestimate what we can do, and therefore inhibit the ability to live beyond what we perceive to be our capability. We don't realize that we can do so much for the world by doing something so little. The truth is that changing the world begins one person at a time. The film Pay It Forward does an extraordinary job of demonstrating this. Helping one person can begin an extraordinary chain of hope and perhaps even reach around the world. We will all change the world in our own ways, and each of these ways will be equally important. Each day we must focus on the now as well as the future. If we can have an impact on the little things today, this will lead to a big impact on the things of tomorrow. Show the world what you have to offer, and you will be surprised to see what it has to offer back.
In life, we are all faced with challenges, and unfortunately, we all have low points in our lives. Some of these will appear more challenging or more severe than others, but in the end, it's how you respond to adversity that matters. We shouldn't give up from our failures, but instead rise above them. Adversity causes some men to break, others to break records. At least that's the quote that I've seen in the weight room from the time I was a freshman. I've always believed that adversity brings the best out of people, and that without it, there would be no grades at anything. Without grades, everyone would be the same. I wouldn't that put a smile in the Oval Office. To be successful, one must learn to take failures and turn them around to be a positive. If we learn from our failures, and rather than give up, persevere to a greater level, we will find ourselves happy with where we are and what we have done. So to my classmates and anyone else who is listening, don't give up. Fight for what you want and work hard for your goals.
Well, not only have we come to the end of our high school career, we have also come to the end of these speeches. I am here to wrap them all together and move us along toward our new adventures, our new challenges, our new lives. On this day, we are all hopeful and proud and believe that we can do anything we want. Our goals are in sight. However, thinking back, I believe that we were all a bit afraid when we entered Belgrade High as freshmen, and I am sure that we were all a bit afraid as we leave as seniors. But that is okay. A little fear never hurt anyone. And as we all know, there are many people who have helped us overcome our fear of many things. We could say thank you to a vast array of people, but for now, we would just like to say thank you to everyone that cared about us in whatever manner helped us to make us who we are today. We all have memories that will stay with us forever. We all share ties that bind us together. We will always be Belgrade Panthers no matter where our paths take us from this point. Be proud of who you are. Be proud of how hard you worked to get here. Remember the little things that made you laugh. Remember the big things that made you shine. Remember when we were young and Dr. Seuss was a favorite reading pastime? Well, we can still take heed of his words today. He was a wise, wise man. In closing, I would like to share some quotes from Dr. Seuss. First, don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. Second, today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. Third, you have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. Finally, and will you succeed? Yes indeed, yes indeed. 98.75% guaranteed. So, here's my Seussism for you. Look at us now, remember us when. Here's to you, class of 2010.